Welcome back. Sorry for being a little away for the last couple of days. I've been a little under the weather, but who cares, right? Let's move on. We've had some really exciting wrestling to talk about between Friday Night SmackDown and yesterday's Elimination Chamber. That was probably one of the better PLEs I've seen from the Triple H era, no doubt. And the SmackDowns, usually before the PLEs, are usually pretty lame. That Friday night was pretty good. So hey, props. I mean, couple great shows. Again, PLE last night, it was undoubtedly one of the best I've ever seen. And I can't say enough good things about it. But we're going to start off from the top of the show. Last night, they opened the show with the Women's Elimination Chamber, and they didn't waste any time, man. As soon as everybody got out in the ring, you had Naomi and Noemi and Liv Morgan out in the ring, and before they could even close the cage, you hear the music of Jade Cargill, and Jay Cargill comes out, and Liv is just like, it wasn't me, and she goes, it looks like she's going to go after Liv. They made it look really like that's what she was trying to do, and then she ended up going off on Naomi, and she beat the dog breaks, dude. She dog walked her all day long, and she slammed her face with the steel cage door. It was pretty violent, man. She beat her up pretty bad. She left on a cart, and so they ended up having 5. They didn't replace her. They went with 5 girls in the Elimination Chamber. Very good match with everybody. I felt like the intensity of these 5 girls were really good. In some ways, people would say it was better than the men's. I wouldn't argue with that. All 5 of these girls brought it. 7 if you even want to include the other 2, Jade and Naomi, because I mean they were involved one way or another. It was a great match, very good match. This was a solid opener. I won't go through the entire match, but like I said, it was really good. Bianca Belair would win in the end, and I was okay with that. I had 3 people pinned for this win. Bianca was one of them. I also thought it could have been Alexa Bliss, which I was kind of shocked she went as early as she did. And then Liv Morgan, which ended up being there at the end with Bianca. So those are my 3, and Bianca won, so I'm happy with that. Now, will she go on to fight Rhea at WrestleMania? Of course, tomorrow night on Monday Night Raw, you've got Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky for that title. So last night after the match was over, Bianca's standing at the stage on the stage area, and Rhea comes out, and they make eye contact, and they're doing a stare down, and Io Sky comes out of nowhere, and she's standing right in between them. So are they hinting to us that possibly could be a triple threat match at WrestleMania for the women's title? I wouldn't be against that. I like Io. I think Io, again, is the best women's wrestler in the company right now. It would only make sense if she was involved in it. But that's just my opinion. I don't know. And then, so after that match was over, we go to what I say this was just a filler match. This was a beer run. This was a potty break, which is what it ended up being for me. I don't care. I'll say it. The tag team match between Trish Stratus and Tiffany Stratton against Nia and Candice. I made it maybe 3 minutes into this match, and I was like, yeah, no. This is a quality time for, poop break for all I mean, I could care less. I wasn't feeling well anyway. Again, TMI, but dude, like this match was whatever. I feel like the only reason they did this match was because they're trying so hard. They're double downing on trying to get Tiffany to be a face, right? And I'm sorry, but her persona just doesn't make her that way. Get rid of the Valley Girl bullcrap Okay, get rid of that crap. Get rid of it. If you want her to be a face, you got to get rid of that persona, because that nobody likes that. That's hellish. And if you want her to be a face, then she can't do that. Just saying. But they were using the Canadian gig the Canadian thing to try to pull her over as a face with Trish, being that she's a hometown girl in Toronto, and she's with Tiffany, and Tiffany's her buddy, and they're pals, and they're going to use that as a way to draw her over. Little did they realize the Canadians were going to boo the national anthem and the United States all together, which I also thought was funny. Logan Paul comes out later with an American flag. I thought that was true. And then Pat McAfee is just losing his mind on these Canadians for booing the national anthem and everything else. I had more fun with some of that stuff than I mean, this pay-per-view, this PLE was just tremendous on so many accounts. Anyway, who cares? Honestly, that tag match, like, I'm not even going to get into it. Like, who cares? Okay? Tiffany won. Cool. Now, the next match, all right, will undoubtedly go down as probably one of the best matches I've seen since I've started watching again, and I ever. Now, the KO Sammy Snooze match, that's what I call him. You don't have to rewind it. I said Sammy Snooze. So this match started off slow. It did. And the crowd immediately was like, "We want tables." Like, no, dude. No, you're going to have to let this thing cook for a minute before you just start pulling out camp. Now, it didn't take them too long to start breaking out tables. And that's why I think it went to, people are immediately expecting, weapons of mass destruction from the very beginning of this match, right? But it didn't take them too long. But this match was, we knew this match was going to be brutal. Like, these dudes today are probably laid up somewhere, like, not moving. These guys beat the trash out of each other, dude. They dog walked each other. I will say that I feel like Sammy got the better end of a lot of it. There was I feel like Kevin just took a beating, man, especially towards the last 5 to 10 minutes of this match was the best I've ever seen. Dude, we had ECW chants. That's a sign of a good match. Say it. You hear the crowd start chanting ECW? That's a good match. These two guys, as they always have, turned it up. And when these two guys are done wrestling, that's going to be huge. Too huge. I don't know. I'm joking when I say Sammy Snooze for you people that get in your feelings easy. I'm a heel guy. So I'm always going to pick on the faces. Okay? Sammy's a face. So, anyway, that was a phenomenal match, man. At the end, there was a barbed wire chair. How the heck did this up under the ring? I don't care. It was awesome. But Kevin Owens took a beating there towards the end, and he ended up, getting his stuff together and just turning around against Sammy, and ended up. He just took him out at the end, man, and he beat Sammy. And he's going down the ramp. He was leaving the ring, and I kept saying it. I turned around and told my son, I said, he ain't done yet. He's going back, dude. He's going back. Sure enough, dude. And he said it too. He's like, yeah, he's going to go back. And as soon as he said that, he turned around and started going back to the ring and was just punching the security guys all the way back to the ring. He gets in the ring. Well, he goes over and he pulls the mat up on the ground, and you're like, oh no, he's gonna pile drive him on the concrete. Yikes. And right before he can do it, I hear voices in my head. They counsel me. They understand. Randy Orton came to the ring. And man, that was intense. He got him down. He got KO down, and the crowd started chanting, punt kick, punt kick. So he fixed his knee pad. He backed up to go do it. And, man, he went to go do it. And right as he did it, the security guys jumped in the ring and pulled Kevin out. that saved him. So we're going to see that kick punt thing. We'll see it. He's going to bring it back. It'll probably be WrestleMania, but we'll definitely see it. That's what they're setting it up for, and I get that, man. This was a phenomenal show. Dude, props Triple H. Props to The Rock for getting it right. You guys put on a show. What a great weekend. What a great weekend. And we're only 3 matches in, guys. We got one more to go, and The Rock, Cody talk that comes after. But let's get on to the men's chamber. The men's chamber. All the guys came out, and a way I didn't think they would. This was a little, that was not predictable how they came out, and I didn't expect Seth and Drew to be the 2 openers. I didn't expect that at all. I thought it would be maybe Damian and Logan, because those, to me, in my opinion, were going to be the first 2 out. Nope, I was wrong. I had Drew making it far. Like, I think I had him top 3. So I to see him go out as early as he did, that was another reason I was like, because he's staring at the WrestleMania sign too when he got eliminated, and I'm like, is he going to be the one that turns heel? Is he going to be the one that goes with Rock? But see, he had that big of a benefit because he's already kind of a heel, a little bit. You know, people view him as one anyway. I don't really necessarily. I love Drew, but not because he's a heel. I love Drew because I think Drew's just great. He's just a good dude, man. He's awesome at what he does. Drew brings it. I just hate the fact that he loses every single time he's on TV. Anyway, so match starts. Those 2 are out there. I love the early action between over in Punk's pod. It seemed like everything that was happening was going that direction. And Priest eliminated Drew, right? And he eliminated Drew from the Royal Rumble as well. So I got to believe that there's going to be something there with McIntyre and Priest at the WrestleMania. I mean, I don't. They're gonna have to build a story, but you've already got that going up. He eliminated from Royal Rumble, and he eliminated from the Chamber. So he's 2-0 against Drew, and I gotta believe that Drew's coming from Priest. He's got to be. It's got to be a thing, man. Punk finally. I thought this was funny because they literally had, I thought, see, I said this out loud during the show. I was like, John Cena will do the less wrestling of anybody in this match. He'll come out last, and he'll come out 4th in the opening segments, and come out and get in the pod last, right? And then he will, which that did happen, and then he'll be the last one to get out of the pod, right? So he'll fight less. And by the time he gets in there, most everybody will be eliminated, right? So he won't have that much to deal with, right? He's old. He's not as mobile. I mean, you get it. You just want to do that for your guy, right? He's a top guy, and you got to take care of him. So that's what I expected, and that's kind of not what happened. Punk came out last, so I thought that was odd. But Punk, like when Punk's like yelling at the official, like, open my pod, like, we know it's me. I'm the only one left. Like, let the door open. You know, I just love Punk's intensity last night, man. It was really great. He's yelling at the guys, like, cause at one point Drew was banging Seth's head against the pod, his pod, and he's like, do it harder. It's like he's yelling and like amping it on, you know. And Punk's personality is just awesome. It just is. I mean, there's absolutely no mystery to why everybody loves Punk. You know, I mean, he brings so much to the table. His enthusiasm, just the way he carries himself, the way he talks, man, it's just great. Seeing Punk is just incredible. But yeah, and then, you know, Punk would eventually end up eliminating Logan Paul. And then he would also eliminate Seth Rollins. Now, this is where things got a little shaky because Seth was down away from everything, and the only two people that are left now are CM Punk and Cena. And Seth's kind of hanging out over on the side. He's been eliminated. He's not happy. He's pissed off. And he saw a kill shot, and he stomped CM Punk's face into the steel. And CM Punk was trashed, like he was done. And Cena grabs him and puts him in the STF and pretty much chokes him out. Cena wins the Elimination Chamber. That's it. And that's how it wrapped up. Good match. I'm not really at all shocked about anything in that match outside of Drew McIntyre getting out as fast as he was. That was probably the only thing. And I guess you can look at it like shouldn't have been that big of a mystery. Anyway, that match was okay. Like I said, the thing about that match was the star power. And then Cena wins and how he won at the end. I thought we would get a Roman Reigns sighting last night. That didn't happen. I guess I shouldn't be shocked. And then, so that's when all of that ends. Now Cena's staying in the ring, right? And the Elimination Chamber goes back up. Cena's in the ring. Cody's music starts. Cody comes out. Cody comes out to the ring. They're shaking hands. Doesn't take too long. You hear it's kind of a mixed rock, Travis Scott version. Music hits, and then you see Travis Scott come out, and then all of a sudden the full-fledged rock song comes on. Rock comes out. They both come out to the ring. Rock pretty much looks right at Cody and says, "You'll embrace me, and I'll embrace you as my brother." The answer is yes, you'll live forever. If the answer is no, the dream dies tonight forever. And then Cody answers, "Hey, I want to give you my soul, but I can't because I gave my soul to this ring and to these people years ago." Cena and the crowd are all cheering on, going crazy. You see Cena in the back pumping his fist like, yeah. You know, and Cody looks at The Rock and says, "Go F yourself." And I'm like, I didn't see that. Nobody, you know what I'm saying? The WWE bleeps out so much crap, and then Cody says that. We'll talk about that later. But, because he didn't say F, I'm saying F. He said the word. But, anyway, you know, then comes the hug of doom, which I'm sure this hug will be named something somewhere along the lines. This was a historical moment at this point because Cody and Cena hug after he does this. And when this happens, you see Cena look up at The Rock, and The Rock gives him this and gives him this, right? Now, who does this? All right, let's talk about this for a minute. This 3, right? Bro, he did that at Bad Blood, and we didn't know what the heck it meant. Now we do. Now we know what this meant. Now we know what he was doing. Because for the love of God, I've been trying to figure this out for 6 months. What did this mean? This happened way back in October, and we were trying to figure out, what does this mean? That is what it meant. This is a John Cena thing. This is what Cena does. This is all Cena. The hug came. Rock did this. Cena goes back, kicks him square in the sack. Cody goes down. The crowd, you see everybody in the crowd's mouth was on the ground, dude. Their jaws were just dropped. Like, what? And I am laughing and fist pumping, dude. I'm like, it happened. It happened. I called it weeks ago, right here. I said it. He's going to go heel. It happened. I'm so excited. I've never been a John Cena fan. Now, it's all about how they book it. Now, I can get excited about something because they can easily screw this up. Big time. They could. Right? But they could also make this great. They could make this great. And I still feel like you can take what the NWO did with Hogan, because this is the next great heel turn. This is the next great heel turn. We saw it with Hogan, right? Hogan was a good guy. He was a face. He was the take your vitamins, go to bed, listen to your mom and dad. He was that guy. Cena was always the, loyalty, respect, honor. He was that guy his whole career. Now he's exactly the opposite. Now he's in it for himself, just like Hogan was. He's all in it for him. All his career, he's done it for you. Now he's doing it for himself, right? And now it's how they book it. Now it's how they do this from here on out. I firmly believe, and I think it would be really good if they gave him a stable, if they brought a couple of guys in to roll with him. It'll help too with his age, just like Hogan, right? Hogan wasn't going to be able to do that. Hogan was already old when they created the NWO. He wasn't going to be an every night guy. So he had Hall and Nash, and eventually they brought in more, and eventually it just got stupid. But just bring in a few dudes, just a couple. Don't do a whole, you don't have to do an entire roster. Just a couple of guys to stand behind Cena that will protect him. Kind of like Roman with Solo, right? Again, I don't want to make it a bloodline. I don't want to make it an NWO, but you get the structure of what I'm saying, right? If you bring in a couple of dudes, and I firmly believe that Logan Paul would just be tremendous in this role. I think Logan Paul definitely needs to be involved in this. He generates so much heat. People hate this dude probably more than anybody on the show. And you guys know I love him. I love Logan Paul. He's undoubtedly one of the best wrestlers in the company. And to get it as fast as he's gotten it has just been tremendous. You say what you want about Logan Paul. And you're probably listening to me right now, flipping me off, telling me I'm whatever. Okay, I'm trash. I got called that yesterday on my birthday. Thank you. But you got to be serious right now. Logan Paul is legit. I would put Logan in that group with Cena, right? And maybe one other person, right? Like a Hall and Nash kind of deal, right? I don't know who that other person would be. I would say Dom, but I don't know. Plus he'd be like a lower. You're gonna need guys on different levels too. You need your mid card or whatever. But anyway, I don't know what they're going to do from here, but that gives us something to talk about. That gives us something to be excited about, because we haven't had that in a year almost. Since the whole Cody Roman thing, we've really had nothing to talk about. Honestly, we haven't. This has been dead. So to finally have something, thank you, Rock. Thank you, Triple H. Thank you guys for bringing this to us and giving us something we can talk about. Thank you for giving us something that we can enjoy and talk about and remember, because this was a historical night. Watching Cena go heel was historical, and we'll always remember this. We'll always remember where we were when Cena went heel, and I can say it was on my birthday. That's awesome. And I'm not again, y'all watch my Cena hate video. Got so much response. I loved it. I loved how the ones that were mad at me were and saying I was stupid and I was trash. Because I said in that video, I was said that I know I'm in the minority, because I know there's a lot of Cena fans. But most everybody on there, I was kind of surprised. Most of my comments on there were agreeing with me. Thank you. And then I had 2 of them on there calling me trash and saying I was stupid and I didn't know what I was talking about. And both of those also mentioned they only watched it for a couple of seconds. So that's their problem, not mine. But anyway, yeah, guys, I'm done with the show. But we have something to talk about. This is so exciting. Now I want you to leave me down below. Tell me what you thought about the PLE. Tell me what you think about this. Tell me what you think about this this turn. Where do you think it'll go? And, what are your feelings on it? Are you happy with Cena going heel? I am, and I'm not a Cena fan. But this will determine I wasn't a Hulk fan, dude. I wasn't a Hulk Hogan fan before he turned heel. I couldn't stand Hogan when he was in WWF or WWE, whatever. I didn't like him. I didn't like that good guy. I liked the bad guys. Hogan is the reason I love Piper as much as I did. Piper just, I don't know what it was with Piper and Hogan, man. It was Piper all day long for me. So, it made it a little weird when they got the WCW and Piper was a good guy and Hogan was the bad. But by then, I was a huge Hogan fan. This could happen with same thing could happen with me and Cena. So, I don't really know what's going to happen, but I'm excited about it. I look forward to seeing this first promo with Cena. Of course, last night he got on the table after the post show, and he grabbed the microphone, dropped it on the table, and just left and didn't say a word. I thought that was great. But I look forward to seeing him on the stage for the first time in the ring, and what he says, what goes down. I just look forward to seeing how it works and how they book it. I'm so super stoked about this, guys, and I hope y'all are too. Let me know down below, man. Did you love the PLE? Did you hate it? Are you not impressed? Or are you like me and you're stoked right now? Because I'm telling you right now, man, this is probably the happiest they've made me in a very long time. So I'm super stoked about what happened. I can't wait for Monday night, and I can't wait for Friday night now. So, yeah, man, let's go. See you guys on the next one.